Hello and welcome to another video. So this is talking about how many books has helped me to come back with my writing, because I did take a long break from it. But I've been writing books since a kid, and the books that stand out for me, that has helped me and inspired me to be a writer, is books like I used to love books by Roald Dahl, like BFG. I also loved the book Charlotte's Web. I think it's a lovely story. And they have inspired me to, write more stories. And now I do have quite a lot of books, created by myself. It's generally to now write. I've now started the second book of Mum and Me. I'm also writing a book called Where Mothers Aren't Real, and it's basically based on a young girl called Leslie. She's 25. She was abused by her mum as a child and by her dad, and then became her guardian. And now her mum's kept in contact, has come back out of being arrested, out of prison, and now she wants to form a new relationship with Leslie. That's the main character. And so that happens, and it's basically showing how relationships can heal, how they can be very different, and how people can change the way that they used to be. And so the book that was home to me was a book called The Runaway, and I think by Martina Cole. That was I think it was what it was called. It was an absolute brilliant book. Very, it's a very kind of like a real tough story of kids being in children's care homes, and it's those books that stem me to write my book. Now I wrote the book A Lonely Walk to Happiness. That was my first novel that I've written, and that was from watching a programme called Waterloo Road, where a young girl gets cyberbullied, and that's where the idea of my book, The Lonely Walk to Happiness, came about. But also it's books like, I read a really good book called Diary of a Scrummy Mummy, and that's so funny, along with Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. Now I've read all those books apart from Bridget Jones's Baby, and I've got to say that even though they are very different in terms of the book and the film, I still think they were great books and they were brilliant films. And sometimes you do have to change it up when it comes to story when it goes on telly, because they have to sort of increase it down when it's a book turned into a TV show, and they may have to do, like, sometimes they will do a pilot just to see how the program is perceived. And so one of my ambitions is to have a book that's turned into a film or TV series, and I'm not going to stop believing in wanting that, and also to have a bestseller. That's something that I really would like to achieve, and you should set yourself good writing goals, which I will talk about in another subject. But another book that really and it's called The Gospel of Drew Barrymore, which she is actually in the film, and that is a fantastic book, and it's about how she is influenced by Drew Barrymore in her life, and it's just a very, very good it was like reading a comedy sitcom in the book. It was that good, and those are the books that really stand out for me and has really helped inspire me to write books of my own. So find books that you can connect with, but always establish your own writing, but you can use other people's books for inspiration. Also, reading is so important that I want my son to keep up with his reading, because it does help with writing, even if he doesn't want to be a writer himself one day. It's still a skill that he needs to learn, when it comes to him looking for work when he gets older, and You know, writing and reading are very, very important in terms of national curriculum, because they do have to be used in many aspects of life, and so it is important that those skills are taught with children. And it also helps them get in touch with imagination, and that's why I enjoyed writing stories as a kid, because it just took me out away from that I was in school, because I didn't find school good. I felt like I used to dread Monday mornings, but I still did it. I still went to school, and I still learned. And the one thing that I'm still glad that I've still got is my reading and writing, because that's something I never want to lose. So, that's and I'd like to know if there's other books that I haven't mentioned that you recommend for me to read. Your comments are welcome. So if you've got any recommendations, please leave a comment below. And many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.